You think you know drama? You think you've seen reality TV chaos before? Well, buckle up, because Love Island USA Season 7 just delivered the most shocking reunion preview in the show's history. And what I'm about to tell you will change everything you thought you knew about this season. The trailer dropped just days ago, and already cast members are going to war on social media. Secrets are being exposed, and relationships are crumbling in real time. But before we dive into this absolute mess of a reunion, we need to talk about the controversy that started it all. Because none of this drama makes sense without understanding the scandal that rocked the villa halfway through the season and changed everything. Cierra Ortega seemed like she had it all figured out. She was coupled up with fan favorite Nic. They were exclusive, and viewers were actually rooting for them. But then, something happened that no one saw coming. On day 26 of the competition, just weeks before the finale, Cierra was suddenly removed from the villa. Not voted off, not dumped by her partner, completely removed by production. The reason? Old social media posts surfaced showing Cierra repeatedly using racial slurs against Asian people, and the backlash was swift and brutal. Here's what makes this even more shocking. Cierra couldn't even say goodbye to anyone. One minute she was there, the next minute she was gone, leaving Nic completely blindsided and the entire villa in chaos. Production didn't even give the cast a proper explanation at first. They just woke up one morning and Cierra had vanished like she never existed. The psychological impact on the other contestants was immediate and intense, especially for Nic, who had to process not just losing his partner, but discovering why she was removed in the first place. What happened next would create the most talked-about couple in Love Island USA history. With Cierra gone, Nic was left partnerless and vulnerable. Enter Olandria Carthen, who had been watching this connection from the sidelines. These two had actually coupled up briefly on day 16 before Nic chose Cierra, so there was already history and unresolved tension between them. But now, with Cierra out of the picture, they had a second chance. The villa watched as something magical happened. Nic and Olandria's connection was instant and undeniable. Fans went absolutely crazy, shipping them so hard they created the couple name Nicolandria, which started trending across all social media platforms. Their chemistry was electric, their conversations were deep, and suddenly everyone forgot about the controversy that brought them together. They became America's sweethearts, the couple everyone was rooting for to win it all.
But Cierra was watching from home, and she was not handling it well. For weeks, she stayed silent while the internet celebrated Nicolandria and painted her as the villain who got what she deserved. The hate was relentless. DM accusations, people calling her out daily, and watching the man she thought she was falling for move on with someone else in front of millions of viewers. The psychological torture of it all was eating her alive. Then, just last month, Cierra finally snapped and broke her silence with a 9-minute video that sent shockwaves through the Love Island community. She didn't hold back, claiming she survived a villain edit and that watching Nic and Olandria couple up after her removal effing hurt. But here's where it gets controversial. She completely downplayed the racial slur situation, acting like the backlash was unfair and that she was treated worse than she deserved.
The response was immediate and harsh. Fans were not having it, pointing out that she wasn't edited to look bad. She was removed because of her own actions and her own words. The video backfired spectacularly, with even more people calling her out for playing the victim instead of taking real accountability. Some content creators made entire response videos breaking down why her claims didn't add up, and the drama exploded across TikTok and Twitter. But while all this was happening, another massive controversy was brewing in the villa that most viewers didn't fully understand until now. Huda Mustafa, the outspoken contestant who made it to the final episodes, was dealing with serious bullying and isolation issues that were barely shown on the main episodes. According to multiple sources, including cast members who've spoken out since leaving, Huda was systematically excluded by a group of the girls, particularly Olandria and Chelly.
The situation got so bad that production had to step in multiple times, but they kept most of it off the main show to avoid more controversy. Huda tried to speak up about what was happening, but every time she did, she was painted as dramatic or difficult. The other girls would gang up on her during conversations, exclude her from group activities, and make her feel like an outsider in her own villa. It was psychological warfare disguised as girl drama. The breaking point came during the heart rate challenge, which has become legendary among Love Island fans for all the wrong reasons. Without giving away too much before the reunion airs, let's just say Huda's performance was so provocative and boundary-pushing that it caused immediate conflict with the other girls. Shelley, in particular, was furious, feeling like Huda had crossed serious lines during the challenge. The footage was so intense that production initially couldn't air most of it, and they're only now releasing the full version during the reunion special.
To her relationship with Chris Seeley, which became the most toxic and complicated coupling of the entire season. These two were constantly on and off, fighting and making up, creating chaos for everyone around them. Their relationship was so unstable that it affected the entire villa dynamic, with other contestants having to pick sides and navigate their drama constantly. Then came the finale twist that nobody saw coming. In Love Island history, this had never happened before. Chris and Huda actually broke up during their final date before the finale results were even announced. They were sitting there, supposedly celebrating making it to the end, and instead, they ended their relationship on camera. The tension had been building for weeks, and it all exploded in the most awkward and uncomfortable scene in Love Island USA history. Chris later revealed that their relationship had become toxic behind the scenes, with constant arguments and manipulative behavior that viewers weren't seeing in the main episodes. Huda, on the other hand, claimed that Chris was playing games and never really cared about her, using her for strategy and screen time. The he said, she said battle that followed has been playing out on social media ever since, with both sides sharing receipts and trying to control the narrative. Now fast forward to this week, and the reunion trailer just dropped, promising to address all of this drama head-on. The preview shows Huda back in the hot seat, facing confrontation from multiple cast members about her behavior in the villa. Olandria is seen breaking down in tears, Chelly looks ready to fight, and Chris appears to be defending himself against serious accusations that Huda has apparently made since leaving the show.
But here's what's really wild. Ariana Madix, who's hosting the reunion, seems to be going harder than any Love Island reunion host in history. She's asking the tough questions, calling people out directly, and not letting anyone off the hook. The preview shows her asking Chris point-blank what he thinks about the allegations Huda has made, and his reaction suggests this is going to get very uncomfortable very quickly. Andy Cohen, the master of reality TV reunions, is co-hosting with Ariana, which means this is about to be a bloodbath. If you know anything about Andy's reunion style, you know he doesn't care about anyone's feelings. He's there to get the truth and create maximum drama for ratings. Having him involved suggests that production knows they have explosive material and they're not holding back.
The timing of all this couldn't be more perfect for drama, because while the reunion was being filmed, relationships were still shifting and changing in real time. Nicolandria, the couple everyone was rooting for, has been dealing with their own issues post-Villa. They're still together and exclusive according to recent interviews, but fans have noticed tension in their recent social media posts and public appearances. Meanwhile, other Season 7 couples have been falling apart left and right. The pressure of leaving the villa and dealing with real-world relationship challenges has been too much for most of these connections. Add in the constant scrutiny from fans, brand deal pressures, and the psychological aftermath of the villa experience, and you have a recipe for relationship disasters across the board. What makes this reunion even more anticipated is that it's happening right as Love Island Games is about to premiere, featuring past contestants from multiple seasons competing against each other. The drama from Season 7 is directly feeding into the next show, with cast members' reputations and relationships affecting their strategy and storylines going forward. Social media has become a battlefield where these cast members are fighting for their narratives and their futures in the reality TV world.
Every Instagram story, every TikTok video, every Twitter response is being analyzed by fans looking for clues about what really happened in the villa and what's going to be revealed at the reunion. The psychological impact of all this drama on the cast members themselves is something that's often overlooked. These are real people who signed up for a dating show and ended up in the middle of controversies involving racism, bullying, and public humiliation. The mental health toll has been significant, with several cast members speaking out about needing therapy and taking breaks from social media to cope with the aftermath. But despite all the controversy and drama, or maybe because of it, Love Island USA Season 7 has become one of the most watched and talked about seasons in the show's history. The combination of genuine romantic connections, explosive conflicts, and real-world consequences has created a perfect storm of reality TV entertainment that fans can't look away from.
When that reunion airs this Monday on Peacock, we're going to get answers to questions that have been building for months. Will Huda finally address the bullying allegations directly? Will Chris and Huda have their final confrontation? Will Cierra make an appearance to face the music? And most importantly, will any of these relationships survive the truth coming out? The trailer promises confrontations, tears, accusations, and revelations that will change how we see this entire season. Production clearly saved the most explosive footage for this moment, knowing that the reunion would be their chance to address all the controversies they couldn't fully explore during the regular episodes. What's fascinating is how this season has highlighted the real-world consequences of reality TV participation in the social media age. Every mistake, every controversy, every moment of bad judgment gets amplified and dissected by millions of people online. The cast members of Season 7 have learned this lesson the hard way, with their personal lives, career prospects, and mental health all affected by decisions they made in a villa in Fiji months ago.
The reunion represents a reckoning for everyone involved, a chance for accountability, explanation, and maybe redemption. But based on that trailer, it looks like it's going to be more about confrontation and consequences than forgiveness and moving forward. These cast members are about to face the music for everything that went down, and from the looks of it, not everyone is going to come out looking good. As we count down to Monday's premiere, the anticipation is building to a fever pitch. This isn't just going to be a typical reunion where everyone plays nice and promotes their social media. This is going to be a raw, unfiltered look at the reality behind the reality show. And the fallout is going to be absolutely wild.